Welcome to the Man Cave Podcast with Dan Casper.
Got some interesting matchups coming up this weekend, Brandon. When you look at it, outside of the NFC North, I mean, we kind of talk. Detroit and Philly is a big one. I would say Minnesota, Chicago is a good one as well. Tampa Bay at Buffalo, both teams coming off of losses. Tampa Bay coming off of a loss against who did they just lose to? Now I'm blanking. Was it? Patriots. Yeah, it was the Patriots. That's right. It was a Tom Brady game because he wouldn't pick for that game. So, and then Buffalo obviously coming off that awful loss to Miami. I want to know if their fan base, Buffalo's fan base, was really reacting to that like the Packers fan base. I would hope so.
Probably.
Same energy, not only fan base but the national media. After that Panthers was like, direct that same energy to Buffalo is what I would say. After that, you've got Seattle at Los Angeles.
That's one that not a lot of America is going to be watching.
Nope.
Because because CBS has a doubleheader, and the big matchup there is obviously Chiefs Broncos, which is another big one.
Broncos. So, who is the best team right now in the NFL?
I don't know.
By the way, Surveyor says he's in for feats of strength. Hopefully he can last a little longer this year.
That's right.
I don't think C-Bomb's listening right now. He must be sleeping or something, but he did volunteer C-Bomb. So.
Oh.
All right. So challenging him to maybe we'll just make those two go at it for each other for a separate one.
There you go.
Duel between those two.
Yeah, they have their own thing going on.
Yeah. Challenge them to a duel.
There has to be a winner.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What's the version of a hot wing cage match? It's there has to be a winner.
They're two bigger guys too. Surveyor's a rugby guy.
Could we get a steel cage set up at VFW before?
Yeah. Maybe the lake will be frozen by that time, and
they might just dip their head in the lake by then. I wouldn't blame them.
No, I'm saying they could go on the lake and do something.
I'm saying they could just have all the hot wings.
Who can stay in the lake the longest in cold temperatures?
Like a polar plunge.
Yeah. Who can stay in there the longest? We might have to have EMTs on standby. I don't know how to do that. So, anyways, back to the question at hand. You got to pick one.
You can't make me.
I will, or I'm going to sign you up for feats of strength.
Well, then I just won't show up.
Liar. All right, I challenge you to that.
Ooh.
You're not going to make a bet?
It'll probably be different next week.
Oh, that's the beauty of the season, though, isn't it?
I mean, at this point, you just say Patriots because they've got the best
record?
I think it's the Patriots.
Am I far-fetched in saying it?
There's several teams you could say, and I think you would have a case.
Can the Patriots win a Super Bowl this year?
I think this is one of those years where there's just...
You know how pissed off a lot of fans will be if the Patriots are back to the Super Bowl this year?
They had 3 down years, and then they just...
Brady's gone. Belichick's gone, finally.
Ding dong, the witch is dead, and then 3 years later, we just found another quarterback, and he's this fantastic, super...
Would that be the worst thing to happen in football? Hey, Chiefs, no playoffs, but the Patriots are back.
Well, here's the thing. This could be one of those years where we have crazy parity, and then ultimately, the Chiefs are a 5 seed, and they make the Super Bowl, and then, trying to think of, would it be the Rams? I mean, but the Rams are good. The Rams are good.
Maybe Green Bay has a 6 seed.
There's something like that. I'm trying to think of just, 2 known commodities that people might be bored
Detroit.
with. Detroit.
Yeah.
Say the Bears win the North, and the Lions are, the 6 seed.
Yep.
Although, I mean, I guess the Lions...
Or Packers could win a division. We'll go with that route,
just
please.
something goofy where you have 2 teams
and the Lions
that at the beginning
the
of the year you wouldn't be surprised made the Super Bowl, but they did it not as a dominant
They're a wild card team.
Yeah, as a wild card team. Mm-hmm. Is that how this... Kind of a little bit how in baseball, hey, the Brewers are the 1 seed. Hey, the Phillies are the 2 seed. And it ends up being the Dodgers. It's the Dodgers. And obviously that's a little bit different, but...
No, but it's similar.
Yeah, where...
Or it could have been maybe kind of like if the Cubs would have or something.
Yeah, or the Yankees would have made it. If the Yankees and the Dodgers would have made it, where other teams were seated higher, but the 2 teams made it anyway.
Yeah. No. I could easily see that happening. But would that be? I think that would irritate the hell
Oh, yeah.
out of so many fans and fan bases if somehow the Patriots, I shouldn't say somehow because it's very realistic at this point, that they go to the Super Bowl.
Imagine being a Buffalo fan that happens.
Oh, my God.
You see that clear out, and you're like, okay, we got Josh Allen. We're like, this is our time. And then you have a couple chances, and it doesn't work. And then suddenly, here comes the Patriots again.
Top 5 on the fly right now. The top 5 worst things that could happen in the NFL for the rest of the season into the postseason.
Number 1, the Packers win another game.
Oh, Jesus. I say Patriots getting the top seed and going to the Super Bowl, number 1. That would be the worst thing.
I'm going to just say another Philly versus Kansas City Super Bowl somehow.
That would be up there, too.
Because give us something different.
Yep.
Give us something different.
That would be up there.
I don't want warmed-up leftovers anymore.
I'm going to avoid taking division sides. So, I'll avoid that.
Yes. Yeah. I will too, just for the
we'll apologize.
I'm not going to apologize, but we'll put up together we'll put a 2-person top 5.
Okay, that's fair. Those are 2. I would say Chiefs somehow they're 5-4 right now, and they somehow. We kind of already said that though with the Eagles one, so we covered the Chiefs I think a little bit. So, can we even come up with 5? Those are just like the 2 that I don't want.
Yes, right.
Don't want at all.
Because even like the Rams making it's been a few years. It's like it would be what 4 or 5 years at that point.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes winning MVP, I'd put that up there.
Right, and I don't think that's going to happen at this point, but you never know.
No, if somehow the Chiefs go on this run where they get a top 2, yeah. So Patrick Mahomes, even though he's won it twice or 3 times, was it twice? Or
I don't remember.
Yeah, doesn't matter anymore. So I'd put that on there. What else could we put up there? I have the playoff machine up. I'm already kind of fiddling with that. I've fiddled with the playoff machine already. I'm surprised. Just because of your history a little bit, what about Sean Payton and the Broncos? Would that be the worst thing for you because of the old Saints?
Oh, I still don't like Sean Payton, but I mean, that wouldn't rank super high up there for me.
Yeah.
I would prefer not to see Sean Payton win, but I'm not going to, it would still at least be a little more interesting to me than Chiefs-Eagles 27 in the Super Bowl.
So maybe it's not a top 5, but those are probably the 3.
Yeah.
The 3 things maybe not the worst, but the things I don't want to see for the rest of this NFL season and into the postseason. Outside of our division hate.
Yes, yeah.
Because I don't want Detroit, Minnesota, or Chicago to do anything.
And I would agree on the other 3 that aren't Minnesota, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if we take away our division angst. Biases, that's a good one.
Biases.
New England, get out of here. Philadelphia and Kansas City, get out of here. I'll just say Philadelphia regardless because I'm tired of that now too. So even if it's like Philadelphia versus, oh God, can you imagine Philadelphia, New England again though too?
Oh my gosh. I would not be a fan.
So essentially we don't want these 3 teams in the Super Bowl outside of our divisions. Philadelphia, Kansas City, New England. Is that fair?
Yeah.
But you're right. You're a Buffalo Bills fan. How are you feeling right now? Like, is the window closing fast for Buffalo?
Maybe.
Is it closed already? Not only is your division rival beating you right now, but you throw in Stephon Diggs is having a good season for them, who was with I mean, you've got to be, we could play for Green Bay and such. Buffalo Bills fans right now. They've got to be more. Okay, I'll ask you, because you're the outsider, would you be more miserable as a Bills fan or a Packers fan right now? I'd say Bills.
I think I would say Bills. It would, to me, the Bills fan sentiment towards the Patriots would be Jesse Pinkman on Breaking Bad. He can't keep getting away with this, except he is the Patriots.
Right. Yeah. And then there's that little rivalry, too, with the Chiefs. Can you imagine if the Chiefs somehow kind of ran into this thing? I mean, who is, if you had to pick one, and I'll throw this out to listeners, too, which fan base has got to be the most frustrated, nervous, annoyed, however you want to describe it, considering how everything's being played out this season so far?
I think it might be Buffalo.
I think it's Buffalo.
I think it's tough to go somewhere besides Buffalo.
I mean, because
you've been leapfrogged.
Yep.
In a division that, the last few years you've just controlled.
Mm-hmm. You never got to the Super Bowl.
Right. You've had opportunities, and it's always been goofy stuff.
Yep. Would you put Baltimore up there?
I would have a couple weeks ago. Now,
I feel like there's more confidence with them.
Right, and the North is still very winnable. Like, there's not that Patriots team that's just above and beyond them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they could be in first place in like a week or two.
Yeah.
And at this point, honestly, based on what we know right now, I mean, I would still pick the Ravens to win that division.
I would
over
too.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I would too. I feel like there's more confidence right now. If I had to pick a team who's going to win their division, Baltimore, Buffalo, I would pick Baltimore.
Yes.
It's got to be Buffalo fans.
It's got to be.
I guess I never really thought of it the way that you phrase it. It's like, man, ooh. What is there any talk about Sean McDermott being on a hot seat?
I think I'd seen the rumblings about, there's Bills fans that would like maybe Brian Daboll back.
Yeah,
as an OC, but because obviously he had a lot of success with Josh Allen there.
And that's assuming Brady goes to be a head coach somewhere, Joe Brady.
Correct.
I think it's really tough to top Buffalo right now.
Yes.
I'm trying to run it through, and I'm not really counting on teams that just have perpetually stunk.
No, like a Saints fan, you're just like
you knew this year was going to be bad.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Like teams that had expectations and they're not reaching them, and that's been kind of a common thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They haven't broken through.
Like even like the 49er, I mean, injuries this year, but you've been to a couple Super Bowls, and I know you've lost them in heartbreaking stuff too, but still.
Right. Nobody is really calling for Kyle Shanahan to get ousted.
Would you throw like the Texans top 5? I mean, the DeMeco Ryans, his first year was like, because then you had CJ Stroud. Like, then the last couple of years, it's been
yeah. I mean, Stroud's regressed.
Yep.
In part because I don't think they've surrounded him with a great offensive line, or even a good one.
And I think part of it too is like you switched. I thought they moved on from Bobby Slow too quick.
Yeah,
I always get nervous with that stuff.
Right. Another one I would probably throw in there, maybe Washington, just because you had a taste.
Yep.
You had a taste.
Yep.
You got to the end. You got to the title game, and now you're looking and you're saying, "Oh no, not again!" with Jaden Daniels.
And what did you do in the offseason? You got Deebo Samuel, you got Laramie Tunsil.
You load up on veterans.
Yeah.
You load up on veterans.
Yep.
Like, hey, we win now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's a good one.
It hasn't been there. So still, I wouldn't put any of them above the Bills. But if we're rounding our top 5 into shape,
I think that's good. The most miserable.
The most frustrated.
I think that's the best way to describe it, right?
The most frustrated because like miserable, I would still think like Jets, Browns, because that's more long term.
Yep. So the most frustrated fan base right now in the NFL, given how the season's been progressing.
Yes.
Easily Buffalo.
Yeah. Buffalo, Washington, Houston.
Can we throw Green Bay in there just a little bit?
I think you would.
Yeah.
Especially with after the Michael Parsons trade.
Yeah.
With the thought.
Mm-hmm.
And the mindset. Yep. I would put the Packers in there.
And then 5th. I'm just going through. I'll throw this out there just because, and I don't know if I would, but I'm trying to go through some teams. Would you throw the Raiders in there?
I think
you bring in Pete Carroll.
You thought they were going to be better. I think you thought, as a Raiders fan, the floor was raised.
Yeah, you bring in Pete Carroll.
You might have only been like a 7 or 8 win team, but you were going to be a lot more entertaining and a lot more just competent than you've been right now. Maybe, yeah. Because if that, if this was if they could see this is where the season was going to go, then why do you hire a 70-some-year-old Pete Carroll?
Right. You trade for Geno Smith to bring in a veteran.
You could have just brought in Sam Darnold.
Yep.
I think the word was that Tom Brady was not a Sam Darnold believer, which is interesting.
It is interesting, but yeah, I'm going through the list of other teams here. I just don't know who I would put on there, to be honest with you.
Right.
So. I'm comfortable with our 4.
Yeah.
I thought Raiders would be better than 2 and 7 at this point. But you're right. It just been like the whole respectable. They would have been a little bit more respectable.
Yes.
If that makes sense, especially when you break. Because I think we all like the Pete Carroll hire for the Raiders.
Yeah, you understood the rationale for it. Like you were just trying to get back to a certain level of competency.
Yes. Yeah. Jets, I mean, we knew they were going to be bad.
Dolphins, I think.
Dolphins was a weird one because of last year.
Right, and I think we kind of felt like, I don't know, maybe they missed their window there.
Yep. Yeah. I would agree with that. And then Tyreek Hill injuries and such doesn't really help the offense too much, but that one's just more dysfunctional, I would almost say. Yeah, I think their window was really small. And that's the thing, too, when you think about some of these teams and their windows, like I would argue Miami's window opened and it was so small because of the signings they did with the Tyreek Hill. They trade for Tyreek Hill. They gave up a lot and they signed him a lot.
Ramsey.
Yeah, and Ramsey and that. But then if you don't get it right away and you're not – yes, they drafted Tua and Jalen Waddle and that, but when you make big moves like that, that shrinks the window a little bit.
Right. I think that was kind of maybe following the Rams approach.
Yeah.
The blank those picks approach.
Because then they got Bradley Chubb, too, by trading.
Right, yeah. We saw it work for the Rams. They got a Super Bowl, and then we're kind of seeing that second window there where they're a little younger. But Matt Stafford is just – honestly, Matt Stafford I think has been gotten a lot better these last few years.
I think, honestly, this year for Matthew Stafford, when you look at it, remember in the preseason, we're like, is he going to play?
Yeah, right. He was having like all those like
back issues and like elbow or shoulder. It's like, now you're talking about him as an MVP candidate.
Right.
That's probably one of the better stories so far when you look at the beginning and to where it's at now. Yeah. It's like, I think we even talked to Dr. Crow about this. And like, it might be kind of like, is he going to last?
Right.
Dude's balling right now.
He's getting rid of the ball. Like when he was in Detroit, and even early on with the Rams, he would take a hit. Mm-hmm. Now he doesn't necessarily have to. Maybe it's just because he's gotten a little older. He don't want to. And I don't blame him. Mm-hmm. But like, it's working. It's working for him in that way.
Right.
Like, I don't know. Like, I'm trying to think otherwise. Like Steelers. Like I don't even think even when Aaron Rodgers came aboard, there were Steelers fans saying like, "Oh, it's Super Bowl." Yeah. To me, it just felt like they were destined for another 10-7, make the playoffs and lose right away to somebody.
Survey says Chargers fans finally think it's the end of the Chiefs, and then boom, here come the Chiefs again. And the Chargers got off to a fast start.
They did, but they're still in decent shape. They've got their young core. Like
Dallas, I wouldn't say frustrated because I
think after the offseason, then trading Micah Parsons, I don't think you had many Cowboys fans that had super high expectations.
That's the thing is like
they're frustrated with Jerry Jones,
right?
I don't think they're frustrated with how things have developed because it's probably what they expected.
And I think to kind of revisit the question, it's mostly like the beginning of the season expectations to where it's how it's played out.
Yes,
I don't know if anybody.
I mean, even I'm trying to think of like Minnesota, maybe.
But JJ was such an unknown,
and that's it. That's it. You couldn't specifically say like, well, we knew JJ McCarthy would be X. You didn't know.
John said Atlanta.
Okay,
that might be one. I guess I still had Tampa, but still.
Yeah, but they're still one. They're a team that's in that. I'm sure they were expecting that step.
I'd put them in that same tier as like the Raiders, probably.
Yeah. Like if we're doing an honorable mention, maybe creeping into that fifth spot, I could see that. That's not a bad one.
Yeah. I don't know who else I'd put up there. Right. So, all right, we got to take a quick break. There we go. All right, we did a top 5. How about that, Brandon?
There we go.
We did a top 5.
We did an impromptu top 5.
That a boy. Not to kind of go deep dive into this, but just a simple question. Of the teams that are in the playoffs right now, if the playoffs started today, okay, so on the AFC side of things, that would be New England, Indianapolis, Denver, Pittsburgh, Chargers, Buffalo, Jacksonville. NFC, Philadelphia, Seattle, Detroit, Tampa, Rams, Bears, Packers. If you had to pick one from each that will not make the postseason, who would you go with?
I'm reloading it up because I was...
You were playing around too much.
No, I was, and so I messed it up.
Yeah.
AFC, it's like one team that's in that won't be in.
One team that's in that will not be in.
And this is a bit of a cop-out for me, but on the AFC, I would say Jacksonville. Like, they're just too darn inconsistent. Like,
to me, it's between two in the AFC. One's Jacksonville, one's Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
For with the Ravens and that.
On the NFC, maybe I'm a hater. I'm gonna say Chicago. Like, you don't get here's the thing: you don't get style points for how you win, but there's been a lot of wins that are kind of like, I don't know. And now their schedule really picks up.
Remember at the beginning when the schedule release came out, and we were kind of talking about it, and a few people mentioned Chicago's division games are way late, and how could that actually help Ben Johnson in Chicago get off to a fast start? Kudos to everybody who said that.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you nailed it on the head.
Because you still have 4 division games. You got you got 2 with Green Bay, and remember, so far they're 0-2 in the division.
Yep.
They've lost to the Vikings. They've lost to the Lions.
Yep.
So,
and your other games are Eagles, Steelers. It's at Philadelphia, by the way. Browns and 49ers.
So 3 of those 4, not easy.
It almost boils down to this for me. Which team do you trust more, Green Bay or Chicago?
And at this point, I would still trust Green Bay.
I'm probably with you. Although my trust is waning a little bit. But, and I would argue Green Bay has a tough schedule, too.
Yes.
At the end. But I Philly's making it. I think Seattle's proven that they can make it. I'm really curious to see how they look against the Rams. So I will say this.
Yes.
I think Tampa wins their division, even if they lose this weekend. Rams are just so good.
Yep.
Detroit's going to get in. Somehow.
That honestly, the game I'm most interested in, Rams Seahawks.
I am too.
I'm a little bummed that's not going to be on, be broadcast locally to watch.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Seattle, I think, has been a very pleasant surprise. I think Sam Darnold has surprised a lot of people just because, he's doing it again, kind of sort of thing.
Right. And he's doing it with Clint Kubiak.
Yeah. There's part of me wondering, though, too, I could see the Rams dominating.
Yeah. Yeah, there's more, of all the possible outcomes, there's more outcomes where the Rams win.
Mm-hmm.
I think people would be absolutely stunned if the Seahawks dominated.
Yes.
It could happen, but, I don't think the percentage on people would put on that would be very high.
No. Which of these 3 7-2 teams in the NFC for this weekend do you think has a better chance to dominate their epic matchups? Philly going up against Detroit, Rams and Seattle.
I would say Rams.
Yeah, I would say that too. Yep. Definitely. Philly's offense is just kind of...
It's... I don't know. It's just... And even when they play Minnesota, they hit a couple big plays down the field, but, they weren't able to really run the ball much.
Yeah.
It just still seems like even though they're winning, they're almost winning in spite of it.
I'm wondering if this A.J. Brown thing is going to start to spiral out.
Because at this point, there's no trade that can happen.
No.
They're not going to just let it release them.
Right.
So, it's just there.
Which makes me nervous heading into this one because we Packers fans need Philly to win.
I guess technically Vikings fans do too. So
yeah. So and A.J. Brown, just stop. Just stop talking, please, until after the season. After this game, stop.
But it is always difficult for me in my nature to cheer for Philadelphia, though.
I know it is. I don't like Philadelphia either, but if it helps my team,
yeah.
It's like I'm rooting for you guys this weekend to beat Chicago.
Coming up later in the broadcast, Dan will sing Skol Vikings.
Ooh. Oh, there's top 5 most annoying sounds in the world. Number 1, just go across the border, turn the key.
The horn?
That and Skol. Sorry. I'm sorry. But I know it's coming back to me probably at some point from you. So